Good afternoon. It's your weatherman, Earth Smack. And I'm here to tell you we are dealing with a heat wave of epic proportions. I mean, it is sweltering outside. The AC's not working. The fans are breaking. The ice is melting. The power is going out. And to make matters worse, there's a predator on the loose here in New York. A whole predator. We highly encourage you guys to stay indoors because our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is on the case and he's going to catch that killer. What am I talking about? I am talking about Predator versus Spider-Man #1. Yo, what are we waiting on? Roll that intro, cuz. Yeah. What's going on, Geek Corner? This is your boy, Earth Smack, for real, the mad scientist, and this is another episode of Comic Book Declassified. Now, today we are going to talk about Predator versus Spider-Man. I'm thoroughly enjoying this story so far, man. It is great. Now, I will say that this comic is of graphical nature. It is violent. And it does remind you of Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man a little bit with its level of edginess and violence. And it also reminds you of Predator 2, man. That is one of the reasons why I enjoy this so much, because Predator 2, to me, my personal opinion, okay, is the best Predator movie out of anything that I've ever seen. Yes, better than the one with Schwarzenegger. Huh? Because Danny Glover is the man, okay? Danny Glover the man. Who else breakdanced with Predators but Danny Glover? I'm just saying. So let's get into it. So Predator versus Spider-Man is written by Benjamin Percy with the penciler Marcelo Ferreira. Anchor is Jay Leaston. Color artist is Frank Del Armada. Letterer by VC's Clayton Cowles and covered by Paulo Siqueira Vin Nitro. Now there are variant covers as well by Greg Land, Frank Del Armada, Humberto Ramos, Edgar Delgado, Marcelo Ferreira, Pepe Larraz, Marte Gracia, Ryan Brown, with additional logo design of Sarah Spadacini, with designs by Jay Bowen, assistant editor, and Caden McGahee, editors in Sarah Brunstad, Lindsay Cohit, and Martin Bird, with editor-in-chief CB Sabolsky. Listen, I had to give everybody their shout outs. You understand what I'm saying? So, because I would definitely tell you, I did get my hands on this variant cover of Predator versus Spider-Man. Now, mind you, this was like the very last variant cover at the LCS, and I was thoroughly happy about that because this is selling very good. This is as good as Mr. Terrific. Like I had a hard time holding down a variant cover for Mr. Terrific. So I was able to secure Predator versus Spider-Man, and I was able to read it digitally because I'm not opening this. Like I'm gonna secure this comic book, okay? Because this is unprecedented. But if you ask the question that I read it, yes, I absolutely read it. I read issue 1 and issue 2. But today we are covering issue #1. So, like I was saying in the intro, like it is sweltering out here in New York, man. It is sweltering out here. There's a heat wave going on. And I don't know what it is about heat and crime, but they always seem to go hand in hand. Like the percentage of crime rate, it goes up for whatever reason. I don't know. Heat may be just turning on, a level of violence that we never seen before. And especially if you're going through a heat wave, this is what's going on. But nothing is human is stalking the humans, okay? Like nothing human. This is pure alien. And considering the fact that this takes place in New York, it really does remind me of Predator 2 and what exactly, is going on, right? So it goes to Detective LaPearl. Now, Detective LaPearl is the acting police officer. She is tough as nails. She is not easily shaken by anything. Like she's casually eating something as she's looking at a skinned body hanging upside down with the ribs out, and she's not fazed by it at all. But she's having this conversation with the coroner, and the coroner is just talking way more than usual. Like it starts pointing out things like, hey, they took a finger, they took a trophy, and the coroner asks, what do you think that means? And she said, wish I knew. She's like, this Skinner is some kind of sick trophy hunter. So I'm a sick ass trophy hunter. She's like, hey, and what were you talking to the neighbors? That's my job. But unbeknownst to her, that was actually Spider-Man in disguise getting the pictures and getting the evidence that he needs to go track down whoever it is that's out here taking out these people and skinning them alive and collecting body trophies. Now, we go to the Daily Bugle, where Peter is actually talking to J. Jonah Jameson. I do love the fact that they are with current times, because in this day and age, newspapers are very, very scarce. It's not existent, pretty much. And so now we in the digital age of reading things. So, but J. Jonah Jameson is not happy with Peter. He said, listen, bro, you better have something good. She's like, I don't want good news. I want bad news. I want fear. Fear get clicks. Clicks get ad revenue. You think it's hot outside? It's really freaking hot in here. Our feet are in the fire. This paper barely has a budget anymore. You're 5 canceled subscriptions away from losing your job. Like, you know how serious it got to be for you to be 5 subscriptions away from you losing your job? So we go further in. He said, listen, okay, so how about a mass murder? Like, he immediately perked up. He's like, yo, do you have photos? You got the pictures? You got the details? And he's like, listen, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Now, you know, as he's going to the Daily Bugle, he gets interrupted by bank robbers, right? And he's like, all right, you might want to make this 20 minutes because I got to go chase down these bank robbers or whatever the case may be. And he chases them down. But the thing is, they was able to escape him because they was about to run over some kids. And obviously, Spider-Man is going to go after the kids first before he goes after the actual bank robbers. So they actually gave Spider-Man the slip. Now, the thing is, they was able to get out the van, and something happened between point A and point B. And between point A and point B, somebody or something has taken out the bank robbers with the exception of one, except for the leader. And the leader gets caught up, man. The man gets his face ripped off. He gets stabbed through the chest. And you finally realize it is a predator. And this predator is actually different than the other predators that we do know. This predator has no honor. This predator is different. He's literally is a killer. Like, he's not a hunter. He's not doing things for sport, because there are a certain type of credos when it comes to predators, like especially the ones we see on TV or see on movies or whatever the case may be. There is some level of honor. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, with this one, it has none. Peter actually runs across this second wave of bodies, and he's like, listen, this isn't an isolated incident. He calls Jonah and says, we are dealing with a serial killer over here. This is what we're dealing with. Now, you fast forward over to Mary Jane, because some of you may be asking, where is Mary Jane Watson? Where is she in the thick of things? And that's where she at, in the thick of things, because the power actually goes out and the predator pops up with the face of one of the bank robbers on his face. Like, oh, what exactly is going on here? But Peter goes to the Daily Bugle, and obviously the power is out. They can't push this news out, because there's no power. So what Jonah thought about is getting a printing press, because he still has the printing press. Say, listen, let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let's do newspapers. And I like this callback to the Daily Bugle being a newspaper as well, considering the fact that there's no power. So how else will, the New Yorkers get their information? By a straight newspaper. He said, listen, come out and read all about it. There's a serial killer out on the loose. You might want to stay indoors. And that's J. Jonah Jameson's stick. Like, look, mass hysteria, because the more people read this, more scared people are, the more they're going to read this because they want more information. That's what it is. But the thing is, Detective LaPearl is hard on the case, because she snatches the paper out J. Jonah Jameson's hand. She was like, by Peter Parker. That's how you got these pictures. Here's the part that's crazy. Like, okay, Peter is not the dumbest person in the world. He is one of the smartest people in Marvel. So you never thought about like using an alias or something like that? You're just gonna straight up put your name, Peter Parker, next to those photos, knowing full well you was with a detective.
Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah.
And see the detective for a reason. So now Detective LaPearl is hot on the trail of Spider-Man or Peter Parker at this point in time. So Spider-Man goes in. He said, listen, I got to go talk to Mary Jane, let her know it's going to be a long night. And Mary Jane doesn't show up. And you see this panel where the book that she was reading in earlier panels is covered in blood. Now, the thing is she alive or not? And you do not find this out in this issue. But I got to put a pin in this for a second, because I had a conversation with a homeboy of mine, right? And we was talking about the Predator versus series and stuff like that. And we was like, you know what? What would really be dope if it would be Predator versus Kraven to Hunter. Like, what? And like that, I'm like, I don't know why I didn't think of this. Like, why this never took place? Like, why we never gotten a Kraven versus Predator? Because that would be a perfect matchup just by the optics. You know what I'm saying? So going back to this panel, we see this old man say, "Thanks for reading the Bugle. Have a good night." So he's out here like giving the papers out, and these two muggers come out and say, "Listen, you know, empty your pockets, do what you got to do. You know, don't be a hero." And all of a sudden, the arrow goes through one of the muggers' hands, and you see the shadowy figure chase these guys away. He says, "Listen, you're not strong enough. This city can be a dangerous place, especially in the dark." And you see that it is Kraven. Our wish came true. Kraven the Hunter is here in Predator versus Spider-Man. Man, listen, I need Benjamin Percy. I need him to give Kraven the Hunter his shine, okay? I need him to show his whole ass out here. You know what I'm saying? I need him to take care of the Predator, like get some licks in, man. Don't let it be like a straight up wash, because he goes on to say, "But before you run back to your nest, little mouse, and you should run, what was it you were saying about this Predator?" Man, I can't wait to see what happens in Spider-Man versus Predator #2. I hope you guys enjoy this. But now we are at a point of the segment where I talk about the backlog box. And you might ask the question, what is the backlog box? So basically what I'm saying is there is a whole slew of, you know, there's a whole slew of new comic books that's out there, and you might want to check that stuff out. But it's way too many comics to cover, man. Some stuff going to end up in your backlog. So what is in my backlog right now? Because I know the last video said Ultimate Spider-Man, and I was able to finish that run, and I'm very current up to Ultimate Spider-Man now, so I'm really anxious to see what's going on with Incursion. But the next one is another Ultimate series, and this one is called Ultimate Black Panther. Now, honestly, I did read, again, just like Ultimate Spider-Man, I did read the first issue of Ultimate Black Panther, and I really, really enjoyed it. And business is picking up from what I understand with Ultimate Black Panther. So yes, if you haven't read Ultimate Black Panther, I highly encourage you guys to go out there and read Ultimate Black Panther. Listen, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell, because maybe you didn't notice, but the more likes we get, the more thumbs up we get, the more this video circulates, and you get more like-minded people like yourself. Some comic book readers, some anime watchers, some video game players. Yes, it will all come to this channel, and you can all talk amongst yourselves. Now, also, you can join our Discord as well, because we definitely do talk about all these things in our Discord. Again, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, y'all. Peace.